Okay, so let's get into this drugstore affordable back to school makeup. I want to make it look glowy. We want it to last all day. We want to look bright and awake. So I have a few e.l.f. primers here. We have the Blemish Control Face Primer for anybody who has a lot of acne. I have a few spots right now. Hormonal. And then we have the Tone Adjusting Face Primer Neutralizing Green. I think I'm going to use that one today. They're both really good. I also like the hydrating one. Anything depending on your skin type will work just fine. Comes out green like this. Just put it where you need it, where you feel like your makeup might come off during the day. Next, we're going to use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer in Fair. We have to cover up these bags. You know, waking up in early mornings suck. Coming out of the summer, being able to sleep in. We want to cover up these bags. I just use my finger for this. You could use a brush if you like. This nice peachy tone corrector. It doesn't have to be NYX in particular. This one is just the one I recommend. I actually like to use it around a lot of parts of my face. It kind of gives you a brightened look. Anywhere where I have a lot of redness, I tend to put this. I get really red around my nose. I'm sure you can see that. I put it on my chin a little bit. Any acne scars. I do have a proper concealer, but I just like doing this. Put it in the corners of the eyes there where you get darkness. Next, we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth foundation. If you don't want to use foundation, you can skip this step. Sometimes I just use concealer underneath my eyes, around the nose and around the mouth, a little bit on the forehead. But if you want to take the time to use a full foundation, this one is great. I also love the NYX Control Drops. The Rimmel 24 Hour is really great as well. Put a little bit on your beauty blender or a brush, depending on what you prefer. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender. It was about $7, very affordable. This foundation also was under 10 bucks. Let's just dab in there, cover up all this redness, give ourselves a nice even canvas. We don't want to look too cakey, so use as little of a layer as you can. Always less is more when it comes to foundation. You can always build it up. A little bit for that forehead. If you have any creases in your face, smile lines, things like that, try to avoid using the foundation on those parts because it really will just accentuate that. I know people with a little bit younger skin than me may not have that problem yet, but if you do, always remember, ladies, to put it on the neck to match. You do not want to have a different color face than your neck. That is a makeup no-no. Our face looks matte and flat. Not my best look. We got to put some life back into this face. Next, we're going to use the Fit Me Concealer in Fair. I love this one. It gives great coverage, but it's also not too heavy or cakey. I like to do a little bit under the eyes for brightening. Down the bridge of the nose, a little bit in between the forehead, around the nose here, and on the chin. I didn't even need to dip back in, and that was enough for basically my whole face. Blend that out as well. Concealer is a great trick for if you want to look more wide awake, especially under the eyes, something that's a shade or two lighter than your natural skin tone. If you want an affordable brush option for putting on your foundation, I really recommend the Buffing Brush by Real Techniques. You can purchase this at Walmart, and also the e.l.f. It doesn't have a name, but it looks like this by e.l.f. This is probably about $4. I believe this came in a set that was $10 or $12. These ones are great as well for buffing your foundation into the skin. Next, we're going to go in with the Essence Eyeshadow Base in Casanova. It's got a pinky tone. It'll really brighten up the lids. You can skip this step if you want. Sometimes I just use concealer on the eyelids, If you're gonna do an eyeshadow look, you really do want to go in with a primer. It helps make your eyeshadows last all day and it makes them a lot more pigmented. And when you're working with drugstore eyeshadows, sometimes the pigment is not always there, but the ones I'm gonna show you today are actually really amazing. You don't even need a primer, but this will just help the eyeshadows stick to the lids and make it last a lot longer. I do recommend the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells and Sweet as Candy. They have new packaging that comes with an extra 2 colors. They're only $5 in the drugstore. But if you don't want to use these, I'm not going to use these particularly today. If you would like to see a look done with either of these, comment down below. Today I'm going to use the L'Oreal Peach palette. This is a new palette in the drugstore. It's pretty much available to everybody. I'm in Canada and it's here now. One is $20. I got it on sale for $12, I believe. This is great. It smells great. It gives you a more neutral look. You might not want something too extreme for back to school, but if you do, rock it, girl. But I'm just gonna do a more neutral tone, something that is pretty and girly. I'm gonna use this peach color right here. We're gonna go up into the crease just lazily. I'm not gonna do anything too extreme of an eye today. Just something easy and pretty. You don't need to have this, but if you have this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, it will help all of your eyeshadows pop so much more. I'm just gonna put this down on the lid. Just a little bit. Just to make those sparkles that I'm gonna put on my lids really pop. Here's an e.l.f. $1 flat brush. You can get this in the dollar store. We're gonna go in with this nice champagne-y sparkle right here for the lids. We're going with a nice natural glowy look today. Put it all over the lid. Beautiful. Now you can just stop here. I think that looks really nice and natural. If you want to define the crease a little bit more, we're gonna show you how to do that. So I'm going to go in with an EcoTools brush, a little bit smaller with a pointy, fluffy end. I'm gonna go in with this light brown tone here, nothing too extreme, and go right into the crease of your eye. I'm also going to put it a little bit on the outer portion of the eye, just to deepen that up. If you want it to be more of a blown out look, a brush like this is good. If you want it to be really packed on with color, use a brush like this. I'm going to go in with the same color with a flat packing brush. Put that on the outer corner because it really packs on the color a lot more than the fluffy brush would. Hence the name packing brush. Now we're gonna go to the other side. In the crease again. Packing brush on the outer third of the eye. Take a little tiny detailed brush like this. I'm gonna go back in with the champagne sparkly color and really brighten up the inner corner of the eye. That'll make you look more wide awake. So we're gonna curl the lashes here. I think this is a step, even if you don't do all the rest, that you really wanna do. Putting on some mascara makes such a difference on your face. It really opens up the eyes, makes you look more wide awake, and just kind of gives you a finished look. I don't want to forget one of the most important parts. You need a nude eyeliner to go in the inner rim of your eyes. It makes such a difference. Watch this on how much more bigger and wider my eyes will look. You could use white as well if you want, but I prefer nude because it looks a little more natural. Look at that eye compared to that eye. I love the way this looks. Takes away the redness in your eyes if you didn't get much sleep. Okay, now let's go in with mascara. I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast. This one does not irritate my eyes. It does not crumble. It does not flake all over your face. It's very nice. It's not a super extreme looking mascara, but we're going for a nice natural glowy look today. Okay, we want to do the lower lash line as well. Look at the difference of this eye compared to this eye. It is brighter, wider. Love it. I'm gonna go into the other eye. Some nice black lashes. I'm gonna put a color underneath the lower lash line just to tie this all in together. We'll go back in with the small fluffy brush and this brown color right here and just put it a little bit on the outer third, the outer half of the lower lash line. Next, we're gonna go in with some bronzer and contour. My face is looking very flat right now. This big fluffy Eco Tools brush, I love this one for bronzer. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. contour palette. You got a bronzer, a contour, a highlight, and an under eye setting powder. Just gonna go around the whole face. Down the neck. Got a long neck, gotta cover it all. You see that? Now I look a little bit more healthy, look like I got kissed by the sun. You can skip this step if you want, but I'm just showing you everything I like to do. We're gonna go in with the contour powder right here, sculpt out those cheeks a little, helps you not look so puffy. Sometimes in the morning you look puffy, you've had too much salt. Whatever the case may be, you want to suck in those cheekbones. This is an Avon brush that was maybe $5. I also like this e.l.f. angled blush brush for contour if you want not such a harsh contour. So we're gonna start at the tip of the ear. Go down not too far, you don't wanna look like you have a beard. Just really chisel out those cheekbones. I like to go up around the hairline. You want to contour your forehead a little bit and the double chin. Gotta take care of the double chin. All right, we're getting there. I need some eyebrows on this face. Eyebrows, if I do nothing else, I always make sure I do eyebrows and concealer and mascara. Those are my 3 must-haves. If you don't have time for anything else, just personally, I don't have a lot of eyebrows. If you do, you are so lucky. I wish I didn't go on a plucking spree when I was younger, and now they just haven't grown back. So anybody who's watching this who's a teenager, do not over pluck your brows because they eventually won't grow back. I have had my eyebrows tattooed and microbladed and it does not stay forever and it causes scar tissue on your face. You can see this little bit of redness right here. That's from the microblading. I do not recommend it. My favorite blush, I love peachy tone blushes. This e.l.f. Total Face palette right here. You got the 2 blushes, a highlight, and another bronzer that's more glowy. I love this Real Techniques blush brush. I go in with both of these peachy blushes on the apples of the cheeks, brush it back a little bit. Really meshes well with the L'Oreal Peach palette, keeping all in the same tone. I'm gonna go in with the NYX lip liner in Nude Suede Shoes. A tip, if you want your lipstick to last all day, using lip liner as a lipstick makes a huge difference. It really lasts. Then we're gonna just put this Essence gloss on top of it. It's in the color Casanova. If you wanna just leave it like this, a more matte tone look, that's up to you. I like a little gloss, especially in the center. Make your lips look more juicy. You wanna dab it out with your finger. Now we need some eyebrows. Takes me the most time. I hate doing it, but I just can't leave the house without them. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. We're just gonna lightly fill these in. Okay, so you see how filling in your eyebrows makes such a difference. It really frames the eyes. We need some eyebrow gel. This is the NYX Control Freak. This one is really amazing from the drugstore, only $10. Really need this to keep your eyebrows all in place. You don't want them pointing down or all over the place while you're running around in gym or just, you know, playing, hanging out with your friends. Those little buggers like to go all over the place. And the final step is setting spray. You want this makeup to be locked in place. It'll help take away the powdery look. It'll make everything meld in together into your skin a lot better, and it'll help make your makeup last all day long. Hold it arm's length away from your face. Just go in for a nice spritz. I do like to take my beauty blender and just dab in, make sure there's no creasing in the concealer, around the smile lines. Make sure there's no dotting from the spray. Some sprays don't spray a nice natural mist. Some come really harsh at your face. So I really love this NYX Dewy Finish one. There's also a matte one if you need something more mattifying because you're really oily. I like the dewy, glowy look, my personal opinion. This is only $10. Okay, so we're going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight. This one gives you a really natural glow. I love this one. This is actually a Sephora Pro Contour brush. You can get a highlight brush in the drugstore. I just personally don't have one. Dab it in, tap it off a little bit. I really like doing my highlight after I do my setting spray. It just makes it stick better and be a little more bright. Just gives you a natural glow. If you're looking for something that's more dramatic looking for a highlight, I have a few suggestions as well. The Cupid's bow, I like to do the tip of the nose. Sometimes I do around here a little bit. There you go, look at that glow. Not sparkly at all, just really glowy. You want something that's more bam in your face. These Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlights. This one's in Molten Rose Gold. Very pink tone, very beautiful. This one definitely gives you more of a bam in your face highlight. This one is really great quality and it's only about 10 bucks in the drugstore. Just depending on what you like. If you like more of a natural glowy face or you want something that's bam, there's my highlight. So here's the completed drugstore makeup look, affordable, glowy, beautiful high quality products for back to school. I love how this look came out. This is something I do on a regular basis. It's gonna last all day. It's not gonna look like too much. It's not cakey. So I hope you enjoyed watching this makeup tutorial right here. If you have any suggestions, comment them down below. Keep a lookout for my back to school easy, quick, pretty hairstyles. I'm going to be doing a video on that very, very soon. I also have a little clothing haul coming up to show you different outfits you can put together that are very affordable for back to school so you can look on point all year long. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos of me. And until the next time, bye!